bro. Chris, you if potentially you can do him a small favor and just come and do and how do you say, put two shades literally on two windows in a living room. It's gonna take 10 minutes, but he would rather, leave it to you or somebody who knows how to drill properly. And also Paul is coming today at 6 here in a flat. So if you wanna come around that time, we do a shades. I'm gonna give you a help anyway, and then we go for a nice meal afterwards. What do you say? And bring the mushrooms. Look, this bit, and then they are measured up. So
Everything's measured.
everything measured on this one, and then on the other one. So it's literally one guy is gonna come at 6 o'clock to do some furniture. So yeah, if you have time to come, and then obviously we go for a meal and everything afterwards.
Tell Louis, dinner's on me. Dinner's on me.
Yeah, what's happening, mate? The first one's going to be a bit tricky, mate, because you've got to fix into a concrete lintel above that, or if it's a steel lintel, it's just fucking not going to go in. Um, so the first one where the patio door is, right? Then you've got side fixings on the other one, which is a piece of piss, right? Because they just cut to side and you put the things on, you mount them into the side, which is fine. It's brick. But the one with the patio door, yeah, is going to go into a concrete lintel above, or yeah, and it's going to be a fucking pain in the ass to get that. That's why normally sometimes they're fitted on the outside of the window, the outside on the outside of the wall. Sorry. Yeah, what's happening, mate? Yeah. Right. So the first one you've shown me a picture of, the one with the patio door, yeah. Trying to fix that in to the concrete lintel above is going to be a fucking pain in the ass, mate. Um, the reason being is because normally they're mounted side to side, right? So you go straight into the brick either side, which is easy as pie, right? No worries. Like the second window, there'll be brick either side of that, or concrete block or whatever. But the concrete lintel above is a bit of a problem on the patio door side of it. Um,
A big problem our home improvers tell us about is drilling into lintels over windows and doors for curtain rails and curtain poles. And this is a difficult problem. Go and have a look at our video on fixing to masonry and our other drilling and fixing videos, and hopefully you'll be able to get done that way. But if not, you might be forced to put some timber up to the head of the window and fix to that. The first thing to do in that situation is to remove absolutely everything that's loose and anything that isn't solid. Get the scraper in there, pull it off, make sure you plaster up. Look at our plastering and rendering videos. You can use fill and skim and one strike filler where that's appropriate, but certainly have a look at our skimming, our plastering videos, our rendering videos, our fixing timber to masonry videos, and make sure the surface that you end up with is solid and clean and free from any loose matter. That's absolutely vital. We're going to stick some timber up to the head of that window to fix our curtain pole too, and we need to make absolutely sure there's nothing loose and flaky up there, because if there is, all we're doing is sticking something to something that's already loose and it will come here. We're going to use a piece of 6x1 timber for this particular window head to fix our curtain pole too, and that is cut to the width of the window. We prefer to round off the edge so that we get a nice neat finish, and you can look at our video on using a router for that, so how we produce that edge. And then our preferred method of sticking is with Everbuild Stick-Saw adhesive, a really, really strong adhesive. Once it's stuck up there initially, we're going to hold it up with some battens that we cut to length, and you'll see that being done. So the timber has plenty of adhesive applied to the back, and it's pushed up into position, giving a little wiggle as you go, just to make sure that adhesive sits in there. There we go, the adhesive sits. You can feel it sucking it into the wall. And then we'll apply the battens. To hold that up, we're going to leave that there for 24 hours to make sure that's absolutely stuck well. And once again, it's the surface underneath this timber that is important. Make sure that's absolutely solid. When the timber is done, we're going to use some caulk once to fill in any gaps between the head of the window and the timber that we've applied, and that will allow us to redecorate really neatly. And as you can see, we've ended up there with a lovely little window head at the top that's yet to be painted, but it's going to look good.
What's that? Alright, bro. Yeah, I got a game, paddle game, so I got to try and cancel that, mate. The second window will be fine to do, not a drama, because you can fix into the sides, right? And if it's cut to length, it's all cushy. The first window with a patio door is going to be a little bit tricky, right? Because you're going to have a lintel above that. Yeah, you're going to have a lintel above the window, right, where it spans the distance of that window and door, yeah. And if you want to fix directly into the lintel, it probably won't even happen, mate. To be quite honest, if it's a steel, forget about it. And yeah, you're gonna struggle with that second one unless you fit a bit of timber up there, glued bit of timber, and then fix into that. But that's gonna take. You're going to need to get some timber and glue it in and then fix into it. The only other option is you mount the blind above the window, kind of thing, and on the outside of the wall, and let it drape down. Yeah, it's up to Chris really, but there's going to be some kind of concrete lintel there. Yeah, they'll probably cost about the same money, mate. It's not. Yeah, it's probably cost about around the same money. The only thing is, mate, is that the time it takes to build a house and the time it takes to put a prefab panels up, you know. Do you know what I mean? You're talking a matter of weeks, and you got a home built, and then you're talking months work. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, bro, you're not going to save any money, mate, doing it, rebuilding the house, because it's all got to be built on stilts as well. Yeah, you're not going to really save any money, mate. You're just going to waste loads of time as well. The thing is because it's got to be built on stilts, because there's going to be a flood risk because of the being right next to the river, right? If it floods and da 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 da. So yeah, it won't cost. It will cost probably about the same, right? But the process of it will probably go on for fucking months. You know, months and months and months. You might. So I don't know. I don't know. I truly recommend getting something in there and just getting it all craned in, bosh and done. To be honest, mate. But